Welcome to In-Field Observations. The 2023 harvest season is well underway, and we are excited to see what our yields are in our cornfields this year, especially with the dramatic weather events that we had. Now, as we're in those fields, we want to keep in mind that we will run into grain molds, those ear molds, and those are important to make those decisions on, A, do I have enough ear molds that I'm going to send that crop directly to the elevator? Or if it is going into the bin, what are the steps I need to take to prevent further damage? Now, ear molds reduce the quality of the grain in the field, but if it's put into storage, it can continue to grow. So the common ear molds that we run across in Nebraska include Fusarium, Gibberella, Aspergillus, Penicillium, and Diplodia. Now, each one has specific characteristics to identify itself, but in general, there's going to be fuzzy growth on those ears. That fuzzy growth can be pink, white, gray, green, or black in coloration. So take a look at those ears. Now, if you have a field that has severe grain molds, those are going to be the ones we're going to recommend that you send to the elevator and get off of your property as soon as possible. If you are going to be putting them in the bin, there are some really key things you need to keep in mind. Number one, we got to get that corn dry. Anything above 15% moisture can continue to have mold growth that continue in that bin. And when we come back in February, March, we can have a full mycelia coat and we could lose all that grain in that bin. Number two is once it's in the bin, we need to cool that grain down. If the grain is above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the mold can continue to grow. So we got to make sure we're getting the grain dry. And as the air temperature cools down, getting those fans up and running and moving the air through that grain so it continue to cool down so it prevents further development of that mold. Now, you're going to want to make sure you check those bins periodically throughout the winter months to assure that you have the grain cool and we're not getting rapid fungal growth occurring. If you do that, you're going to have a wonderful harvest this year.